Welcome back, YouTube. So in today's video, I'm going to go over my Q1 projections for Dogecoin. I'm going to give you the pros and the cons. I'm also going to give you what I would like to happen versus what will most likely happen based off of history. So I'm going to start with the kind of like the antagonist first, and then so that we can move into the good stuff or the more positive stuff. So obviously the biggest thing, and this is not just exclusive to Dogecoin, obviously this is market-wide, worldwide, really, is going to be the information that's going on with the feds and getting everything under control. The con, I would have to say, would be the absolute worst thing would be these catalysts that they're putting out as far as for this strong job markets or the the unemployment going lower and stuff like that. Is they're pretty much building, because I see what they're doing. They're building a case to say that the economy is strong enough to support very strong or frequent interest hikes. So we know that the market action, the price action that we've seen so far is literally based on the thought of these interest rates going up. Nothing has actually happened. This is literally just the preparation and the thought of this actually happening. Now, there's a few catalysts to say, okay, well, maybe this is going to be like a fake out, or this isn't necessarily going to go into a recession. But and in my opinion, the amount of money that has been injected into the market, I just think that outside of inflation, we have to have an idea of what the market actually looks like. Because if they're no longer going to continue to support the market, regardless of these interest rate hikes, if they just said, we're not going to inject the market with money anymore, we're still going to have a massive consolidation point because it has been boosted greatly. So I think that the negative, or at least the con would be, is when that money stops flowing into the market so rapidly and the money becomes, it's not as cheap to borrow, to inject, or to invest. We're going to have get an idea of what the market actually looks like, and that's going to cause a lot of these coins to test their support levels. Some of them may even break through. And as I'm going to talk to on a pro for Dogecoin, Doge is doing really well. So because I called this like a few months ago, I was talking about like the support lines and what would happen if we get a break to the downside. And I was giving like the 12 cents and the 6 cents, but possibly we can get that break action around like the 8 to 10 cents. And we did go down to 12 cents. But we got some strong rejections every time we got near there, and we're literally consolidating above the actual support, which is really impressive. Because especially because Dogecoin normally, just because of the sheer number of retail investors and the stigma as far as around Dogecoin, like if a negative catalyst is coming out, Dogecoin would normally go down to its support levels and kind of like hang out there, like we did at around like 25 cents and around 16 cents. Dogecoin is actually showing very strong resistance now and consolidating above its actual like historic resistance line. So this is really, in my opinion, this is really bullish. I like this, that it is actually doing better than anticipated, even at its lowest point. So I think that, will be really interesting to see if we did get this negative catalyst or the markets continue to sell off, is how well will that 12 cents line hold up. And not even just holding up, because we haven't threatened to break through it yet at all. But we so far are not really even touching it. We'll have like a flash crash, we'll hit it, and then bounce back up like immediately. So that'll be very interesting going forward. And I think that is a major pro right there as far as for the community feeling that it is undervalued and there being large liquidity and stuff like that around 12 cents. The biggest pro, in my opinion, and not even just for, and I mentioned this last night, but not even just for Q1, but for Dogecoin as a whole at this point, because we have the moon launch and stuff like that, but that's mostly marketing and history, which is great. That helps with the longevity of the coin. It helps with the credibility of the coin. But when it comes down to just good old utility, the catalyst that we have coming up Q1, he said like around March, late March, which is still Q1, but he said that Adam Aaron said that we are looking for to have that integration with AMC. That, in my opinion, is one of the, at this point, because we could get McDonald's or something, but that is the greatest catalyst that we have, in my opinion. Why is that? Because AMC has the ability to put utility in everyone's hands. It's the largest movie chain in the world. More than likely, there's one convenient to most people in the country. And this will have the ability to put utility, frequent utility, in front of everyone. And the reason I say that is for two reasons, because I know some people are like, oh, what about Tesla? Well, two things. A, you're not going to buy a belt buckle or a whistle or something like that every week, but you can go to the movies every week. Not even you wouldn't buy that twice a month, but you can go to the movies twice a month. They're going to have new movies rolling out next month, the month after that, the month after that, and so on. So that utility with AMC will always be there, and there'll always be something fresh or new to attract an audience and give them that alternative. So that is a massive, that can, if we support this movement, that can cause a massive vacuum on the available supply. And of course, we went over what would happen next. And then also, if you compare it to Tesla, I said this a few times as well, most people, regardless of whether they have Dogecoin or dollars, they're not going to be able to participate in a Tesla integration of Dogecoin. So again, helps with the credibility, helps with moving the coin forward. It is a form of utility, but the majority of people who are invested in Dogecoin cannot afford a Tesla, and that's just, it is what it is. Like, and it doesn't matter what currency that's in. So the utility, that would be great as far as for a catalyst, but it's not going to be as accessible to everybody. And even outside of can afford a Tesla, not everybody that's invested in Dogecoin will probably want to drive a Tesla. So we have to factor all that in when we're saying that, oh, okay, this should be the focus point of utility. No, it is a great part of it. But as far as for a focus point of utility, I think that we will have more price action and as far as for a higher percentage of involvement with something like a movie theater. Another point is AMC is not directly attached to or owned by Elon Musk. The biggest pro that we can have from that is we are setting the tone for what Dogecoin and what the community support looks like when it's not directly attached to Elon, right? So if you have like a Tesla merch and you say, oh, well, that's obviously that's attached to Elon. You have the Tesla integration. If we can buy cars and stuff with it, that's attached to Elon. But when we're saying that, hey, we want to have these coins that we want to take on like a Walmart or McDonald's or Burger King, something like that, and have currency there, I know at some point the question will come up, okay, well, what does Dogecoin's community support look like without Elon Musk, right? Because Walmart will be like, okay, well, is it worth it if we just have our own coin? And again, I don't think they're going to do that because it'll be ridiculous to have like 10 coins for all the major retailers. Like if Walmart created their own coin, Amazon created their own coin, I think that there will be a medium of exchange that's just accepted everywhere. And obviously that's what we're hoping to do with Dogecoin. But we have to address that as far as for the community support so that everyone can have a gauge and say, no, this isn't just an Elon thing. If you accept Dogecoin, you can expect the community to show up. And that's regardless of what business you have. If you have a great product and you're accepting Dogecoin, expect the Dogecoin community to show up. So, and that's what we have the opportunity to go ahead and set the tone with, really with AMC on a big level. And I think that the biggest pro that we're going to have is literally just blowing the numbers out. Adam Aron, the CEO of AMC, he likes to tweet, right? He tweets his record when they break numbers, when they do really well. He tweets and he cheerleads the company, as he should, right? So what we need to do is when we have that weekend or whatever, the box office weekend, saying that, okay, look, Dogecoin integration is ready to go. We can now accept Dogecoin for payment. And even if I believe he's accepting a few other coins, like maybe like Shiba and Bitcoin, we need to blow it out of the water. Like I'm talking about like record numbers, like just massive amount. I would ideally like to see Dogecoins, the amount of Dogecoin as far as for revenue, even be higher than dollars. So for that weekend. So and I know that he would tweet about the success of the project and more than likely give out the numbers. And again, that's just all going to be into our favor so that we'll have something concrete going forward to address these other institutions, right? So moving into price action, what I would like for it to happen and what is most likely to happen. So I said that until we get something concrete from the Fed, more than likely outside of a major catalyst, we're probably going to trend sideways. And that's literally what we've been doing. So that so far has been right on track. So nothing negative has come out to cause a spike down. So we're literally starting our sideways trend. what I would like to happen, probably like around like the AMC catalyst, is for us to start a new trend, and hopefully that'll project us to go up and test this upper resistance line that we've been getting consecutively around like this 21, 22 cents level. That it's not even really a resistance, I want to say, because mostly it's been due to shorts coming in, because they will more than likely pile in. But we will start a new trend at around like 18.35. I did the math yesterday, so that should still be pretty accurate for today. Even if you're looking at retracements and stuff like that. So I think that if we can have the cows, we should be able to break this cycle that we're in. We'll still probably be in a sideways trajectory then, but 18.35 will officially have the means to call this trend broken and no longer respectable. So that way we can go ahead and start a new one. And ideally, I would like for us to build up the momentum so we can test really our support line. Like we zoom out here, most likely the major one that we've been, I'll say, the most natural rejection has been around that 34 cents line. We've tested it around twice. But here's what I say is most likely to happen, because we've seen this with the Tesla merge. And let's see. Yeah, so the biggest threat to the rally, and probably why we're going to have the fight for our life, probably around the 25 cents level, is going to be because of the shorts. And we've seen here on a couple of occasions that they come in very heavily to try and keep Dogecoin down. Typically, whenever we get close to around that 20 cents range, they're literally trying to kill the momentum. Again, there's a lot of people that hate Dogecoin and they want it to go down. But if you look at the dates here, this is around like the Tesla merge launch, and we were at like 23 cents. This is when it was looking like we were going to test like the 20 cents level, and the shorts just really come in to try and keep Dogecoin below the 20 cents level. So they do not want a repeat of any type of momentum that we've seen since last year. But that's one of the great things about the market, especially when you have utility in a coin. They stand a chance to lose money. And we have been setting a record here for the amount of shorts that have been getting just killed in the market for the last few years. So I believe that with the utility and the catalyst that we're building for Dogecoin, that they won't be able to suppress the price and start killing the momentum, because it'll no longer be just a method, a period of just of hype, or just people just flowing into the coin. They're like, oh my God, let's just short it and kill the momentum, and they'll go away. So I think that when we have these major catalysts coming out and actual utility, they're not going to be able to afford to be in these positions for very long. And it's not going to be a let's just kill the momentum and they'll go away thing. So you'll start reading a lot of headlines saying that, oh, Dogecoin cost short sellers X amount of dollars this month because, they got their butt handed to them. So I think that we are in great shape to do that and to go up and start testing these resistance lines. But just in case, depending on the momentum, probably even the initial ones, we may have some trouble here and around those pretty much those resistance levels that we had coming down. So that's around like 23 to like 25 cents. So just kind of keep an eye on that once we have these major catalysts coming out. So just to recap, kind of we went over the numbers. The cons are obviously going to be Gary Gensler, the Federal Reserve. So you can look at Gary Gensler for policy information, like his Trojan horse policy, Jerome Powell for interest rate hikes and stuff like that. So pretty much all the negative catalysts are coming from the government. And the positive ones obviously are coming from the community and the utility that we are pushing for the actual coins. So we'll have to monitor to see how aggressive the government's going to be and what they're going to do. But for the most part, we're set, and I believe that we have the catalyst that we need to pretty much survive either way. So if we have a less aggressive approach and we are able to kind of maintain similar price action to where we are now, we're great. And if this does go into further correction or even a bear market, we have the catalyst to survive that, and utility integration is coming in so that we can come out on the other side when the market is more condensed, because a lot of these other coins are no longer going to be there. So I think we're good either way. With that being said, I hope you found value in this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, let me know your thoughts. Also, don't forget about our partner BlockFi. If you open an account with them, you can get up to $250 in some of your favorite cryptos. And yes, that is including Bitcoin and Ethereum. I appreciate all of you. Thank you. And until next time.